Have you ever been driving along the highway, glanced at a huge dump truck or cement mixer, and noticed something that just doesn't seem right? The giant wheels are turning, the heavy chassis is shaking over the road, but then you spot the tires. One complete set of wheels isn't even touching the pavement. They're suspended above the ground, rolling through the air as the truck moves forward. At first, it might look like something is broken. Maybe the suspension has failed. Or perhaps it looks like a strange glitch straight out of a video game. But those raised wheels are there on purpose. In fact, they're part of a clever engineering solution that helps save billions in road maintenance costs, reduces fuel expenses for trucking companies, and prevents the truck from putting excessive stress on itself while turning. But before we can understand those floating wheels, we need to take a closer look at the road beneath them. Concrete and asphalt are incredibly durable, but even they have limits. Put too much weight on a single spot, and you're not simply driving over the road anymore. You're slowly crushing it. That's why governments set strict limits on axle loads. The concern isn't just the total weight of a truck, it's how that weight is spread across the vehicle. Think about walking across deep snow. If you're wearing high heels, you'll sink almost instantly. But strap on a pair of snowshoes, and your weight is distributed over a much larger surface, allowing you to stay on top. Roads work in much the same way. That's where the extra set of wheels, known as a lift axle, comes into play. When a dump truck is carrying a heavy load, such as 20 tons of gravel, the weight can be too much for only 2 or 3 standard axles to legally support. So the driver activates a switch inside the cab. Large airbags inflate, lowering the previously raised axle until its tires make contact with the road. In seconds, the truck gains another set of wheels to help share the load more evenly across the pavement. Just like that, the truck gains its own version of snowshoes. With the weight spread across more tires, the pressure on the road is reduced, helping protect the asphalt while allowing the vehicle to stay within legal weight limits. But if having more wheels on the ground improves weight distribution and reduces road damage, why aren't they kept down all the time? The answer is surprisingly simple: money. Truck tires aren't cheap. A single heavy-duty tire can cost hundreds of dollars, and constant use wears them down faster than most people realize. Every tire touching the pavement creates friction, known as rolling resistance. The more tires rolling along the road, the harder the engine must work to move the truck forward, which means higher fuel consumption. Now imagine the truck has already delivered its load. It's no longer carrying tons of gravel or concrete. It's relatively light. Keeping those extra axles on the ground would only create unnecessary drag, waste fuel, and wear out costly tires without providing any real benefit. That's why drivers raise them. By lifting the unused axle, they reduce rolling resistance almost instantly, improving fuel efficiency. In a way, it's like switching a heavy truck into an economy mode. There's another financial advantage as well: toll roads. On many highways and bridges, toll fees are based on how many axles are in contact with the road. When the extra axle is lifted, the truck may legally qualify as a smaller vehicle class, which can significantly reduce the toll cost, sometimes by as much as half. For trucking companies operating thousands of miles every year, those savings add up quickly. There's one more important reason lift axles exist: maneuverability. Large trucks are incredibly long vehicles. When a truck with several fixed axles attempts to make a sharp turn, the rear wheels can't perfectly follow the same path as the front ones. Instead of rolling smoothly, they're forced to slide sideways across the pavement. Engineers call this tire scrubbing. You've probably heard it before, that loud squealing sound from heavy trucks making tight turns. Scrubbing creates enormous friction, wears tires down rapidly, and places significant strain on the truck's frame, suspension, and axles. In simple terms, the more wheels fixed to the ground, the more the truck wants to keep moving straight ahead. Too many axles on the pavement can make a truck stubbornly resistant to turning. That's where the lift axle proves its value once again. By raising the extra axle when it's not needed, the driver effectively shortens the truck's wheelbase. The vehicle becomes easier to maneuver, allowing it to navigate tight city streets, crowded job sites, and sharp corners without excessive tire wear or unnecessary damage to the road surface. So, the next time you spot a truck rolling down the highway with what looks like a mysterious wheel floating above the pavement, you'll know there's nothing wrong with it. That wheel is part of a smart, adaptable system designed to change the truck's behavior depending on the situation. One moment, it's maximizing load capacity. The next, it's saving fuel, reducing toll costs, or improving turning performance. It's a machine constantly adjusting itself to balance physics, regulations, efficiency, and practicality. And that's the surprisingly clever story behind the truck tire that doesn't always touch the road. If you enjoyed this look into the engineering hidden in everyday vehicles, be sure to like the video and subscribe to Curious Explanations for more fascinating stories hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.